Hi Gemini, and welcome to your weekly reading for the week of the 24th to the 30th of July. I'm excited you're here with me. I will look into general energies in the beginning of the reading. In the second part of the reading, I will look into a relationship dynamic. So this can be a reading for all Gemini placements. If you're drawn to this reading, if you're a cross-watcher, if you're just here for whatever reason and this resonates with you, then please take what can help you, what can inspire you with you, and leave the rest behind. So let's get started. Oh, 10 of Wands wanted to come out, Gemini. All right, let's see what else the cards want to say. This is an interesting spread. 5 of Wands. A lot of Wands energy, a lot of fire energy. So I don't know what's going on, Gemini, but it seems like there's a lot of passion going on this week for you. With the Queen of Wands, I can see you stepping into your power, being the business woman, business person, entrepreneur that you are, maybe really stepping into a course of action here, doing things, taking things into your own hand. Waiting also for the right timing. The Queen of Wands for me is a card of timing, like do the things at the right time and really go after stuff. With the 10 of Wands here, it seems like it's going to be a little much in the course of the week. So you're taking on a lot with the 10 of Wands. As we can see, he's taking on all these wands. So he's really carrying a lot at the same time. It is definitely too much if you want to do this long term. So this is an energy, I always say, it could be quite beneficial for a little bit of time, but you cannot do this for a long-term period. This is not a good idea. This is not healthy. This is not going to make you stronger. This is probably going to at some point exhaust you. So be careful that you don't overdo it. If you can maybe delegate stuff, that would be good. The Queen of Wands should be very, very good at delegation. So if you can maybe give some work to other people, or maybe carry a couple of sticks at the same time, put some sticks down here from the Wands, then that would be a great idea. Don't overdo it. If you have to carry a lot for a short period of time, fine, but what we need to be aware of is that this person here, he is really looking down on the floor, and he doesn't have a perspective, he doesn't see forward, he doesn't see the way forward. So he's kind of, his sight is restricted by all these wands. So he might fall and trip if he gets too exhausted. So let's not hurt ourselves. With the 10 of Wands, I'm also like, okay, we could be maybe a little bit overexhausted and hurt ourselves more easy. So yeah, just make sure during the course of the week that you're not overdoing it. There might be a moment by the end of the week. It could be an inner conflict. I feel like it could be having something to do with you wanting a lot of things at the same time, and therefore, in a sense, creating some inner tension within yourself. I don't think you're fighting with other people here. I think it's something that's building up inside of you. This could, of course, also happen by being overworked. When you think of situations where you just easily get triggered from the outside when you're stressed, when we get more sensitive to outside influences or to things happening to us, when we get more easily triggered just because we are tired. Sometimes it's not like a big psychological deep thing. Sometimes it's really just like a lack of sleep, overworking. So I see that here for you this week. So make sure you're not overworking yourself, because with the Tower, things could all of a sudden be shaken up in a sense. The Tower in the reverse, though, for me is a quite positive card, because it's bringing us a breakthrough. It's bringing us into a higher level of consciousness. These people, they ascend upwards when the Tower is upright, so they go upwards and don't fall down. So I feel like there is a realization for you this week, maybe even through hard work. Sometimes we can get quite meditative when we have to carry a lot. And all of a sudden there could be a breaking free in your mind, a sudden realization, maybe also breaking free of this tense, conflicted energy within yourself, and a feeling of breakthrough. So the Tower here might come a little bit out of nowhere. You might not see it coming, especially here with the 10 of Wands, where you're restricting your view forward a little bit. But I think it's not going to be a negative surprise. It's going to feel intense. It might feel intense, but I don't think that the results are bringing you to a point of to a negative point, or to a point or a situation that is worse than before. I think it's quite the opposite. So it's, I think, a freeing moment. A very, very intense week for you, Gemini. This is extremely intense. So let's see how this plays out in a relationship situation. This other person, 4 of Cups in the reverse. All right, I need more context. This could be any relationship, doesn't have to be a romantic relationship or love interest. It can be family, friends, whatever relationship is on your mind at this time and is living rent-free in your head. As I like to say. So you're here at the 8 of Swords. Okay, well, I get a little bit more of a clear picture here with the 8 of Swords. You are freeing yourself from a pattern of thinking, I think. The 8 of Swords is a Gemini card in many decks, so it is about constantly reframing a thought. And through this constant reframing, we're kind of trapped in a cycle or a circle of reframing. I think you can definitely move out of this circle. It seems like there is this other person with the 4 of Cups in the reverse. They're coming out of some emotional stagnation. At the same time, with the 4 of Cups in the reverse, they might say yes to something that they don't actually want. I want to clarify this because the 4 of Cups in the reverse is sometimes a little, okay, the 9 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, it seems like they're not. What I'm hearing is, it's very funny. I just heard, don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Maybe that's what you feel towards them, and maybe that's also what they feel towards you. With the 9 of Swords in the reverse, they choose, I think, not to go into an obsessive, super destructive mental energy that is consuming them. And that's a good thing. With the 4 of Cups in the reverse, though, it's still a little unsure what they actually want, but it seems like they're coming out of an emotional stagnation. This is weird. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It seems a little uncomfortable. It could also be in a working sense, that you working with a person, maybe a colleague, that is just not giving you the time of the day, or it's just you never know where you're standing. It's a little bit like that. It seems like you're carrying a lot. You never know where you're standing, but at the same time you're done with constantly reassessing, reevaluating, rethinking the situation. And this person is just giving you a feeling of I don't know emotionally. Because I cannot read anything into this other than that they don't over obsess about this, but also they don't really let you know what's actually happening, and they give you a feeling of what's the word for this? Confusion, maybe. Yeah, Death card in the reverse. And the Hierophant. This is extremely irritating, this whole reading. I get no clear message from this. There is no consistency. There's a Death card in the reverse. It seems like this seems very complicated and confusing and not clear, but at the same time you're committing to this connection, relationship, friendship, working colleague anyway. It has a feeling of kind of you kind of have to, or you want to, or it's like this through better or worse type of feeling. There's still a strong commitment here, even though maybe the little parts are kind of messy, but the overall arrow is okay. I know what I believe in, we both believe in the same thing, let's continue committing to this for whatever reason. Well, yeah, King of Cups in the reverse. I'm not sure if this is the most emotionally mature decision here to do this, but it is what it is. That's what it seems like, because it's kind of giving you, the King of Cups in the reverse is giving unbalanced emotional energy, where we are just really thrown out of our balance emotionally by a connection. This is what seems to be happening for you here with the King of Cups in the reverse. So, you know, we have a saying in German, why make it easy when you can have it complicated? So that's how it looks like here. And sometimes Gemini and air signs especially want it complicated, and if that's what rocks your boat, you know, do you. Like Five of Wands is here again. This conflict here and this clashing of maybe egos might be quite beneficial for your development. I'm not sure for the other, because here what's going on within you is one thing, but what's going on in this relationship is turned into, the Five of Wands here turned into an upright Five of Wands. So what's going on in here, what you can maybe not solve within you by yourself, you might be able to solve with a person on the outside. So I think that's what's happening here. It's a lesson. It's a big lesson. It's not easy, I think. It's a difficult one. You gotta have to fight for this one. All right, let's see what the cards, the oracle cards want to say. Message in a bottle. Okay, expect some news, a message incoming that might help you understand a situation better here. Okay, Gemini. Well, this is going to be, I think, quite eventful for you, and I hope you have a good week. I hope you have an interesting week, and I hope we see each other next time. And until then, I wish you all the best. Bye.